we're in Port Angeles, Washington. You know what an airport's all about, don't you? That's right. We're gonna learn about airplanes today. I'm so excited. Come on, let's go.
Brecky Breck, come along and play with me. Brecky Breck, now it's time to learn with Brecky Breck.
Wow, well, I'm gonna introduce you to my friend Dan. He's the airport manager and he's also a pilot. So he's gonna show us around this airport and then take us on a ride in his airplane. Doesn't that sound like fun? I can't wait. Come on, let's go. This airplane is a Cessna 172, and it is blue, white, and gray. Isn't that pretty? So before we get started, we have to do a flight check. Isn't that right, Dan?
That's right.
Okay, do you want to walk me through that?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So we're gonna do a lot of little things. Like this is a cover to keep dirt and birds from getting in the engine.
That makes sense. You don't want anything icky getting into the engine right before you fly.
So one of the first things we do is make sure that the ignition key is up on the dash and not in the ignition. It's just a safety feature. Then we have a fuel strainer because sometimes water can form in the fuel because of condensation.
Oh.
So we want to make sure the water is heavier than the fuel.
Oh.
So we put it into the drain like this, and we drain a little bit of fuel, and we check to make sure it's not dirty because any of the dirt would be at the low point and it would drain out into here. So it's not dirty and it's the right color. It's just a light blue and there's no water floating in it.
So that's a good sign.
That's a good sign. That checks out just right.
Wow, perfect. Wow, wait.
So there's one more because each wing has a fuel tank.
Oh, okay.
So how about you drain that one, Brecky?
Okay, you just put it right in here?
Yep, and you push until it's about half full.
Is that enough?
That's perfect. Yeah, that's good.
Ooh.
And it's the right color, and there's no dirt,
There's no dirt in there.
and I don't see any water floating at the top.
Nope.
We're good.
You see that? Looks pretty clean to me. We're good to go. There you go, Dan. Thanks for letting me try that.
You're welcome.
What kind of fuel is that, Dan? Is it just gasoline?
Well, it's just about like gasoline. It's called aviation fuel, and it's a higher octane.
Oh, wow. It's a lot more powerful, sounds
Yeah.
like.
This is just part of the rear of the engine. We've got the battery, and we just make a general inspection to make sure everything looks the way it's supposed to.
You don't want to see any rust or bugs or mice making nests in there. That would be terrible.
Or oil dripping out.
Oh, or oil.
And a little secret, right up here, you know what that is?
What is that?
That's an extra set of keys for the plane in case we flew someplace and we lost them.
Oh boy, can you imagine flying somewhere and landing and then forgetting where your keys are and you're like, I'm stuck here. I need another set of keys. There's an extra pair in there. That's smart.
Yeah.
And right here is the oil dipstick.
And we've got just the right amount of oil.
Oh, perfect. Dan, I can tell you take really good care of your airplane.
Oh, we sure try to. You know the #1 cause of accidents of small airplanes?
Huh.
Running out of gas.
Oh boy. What happens if you run out of gas in an airplane?
Well, your engine's gonna stop,
Oh.
and then you've got to glide. And hopefully you've been watching and you know where a safe place is to land.
Wow. So if you run out of gasoline in your engine in an airplane, you're going to have to prepare to come to a landing somewhere. So look out below, everybody. Now he's going to get some headsets out so that we can put them on when we ride in the airplane and talk to each other because it's so noisy up there. You can't really hear each other if you don't have a headset on. Wow, so all of our pre-flight check is done, and now it's time to pull out this airplane.
You want to help me pull it?
Sure. Oh boy.
Here we go.
Oh, I bet. This is comfortable. We're pulling out an airplane. So now that we have the airplane out of the hangar, let's talk about some of those parts. So this right here is the propeller. Look how big that is. And the outside of this is the fuselage. We have the wings. There are 2 wings on this airplane and a wing strut. Right here we have the flaps. From here over is the flaps and the aileron right here. This helps it turn from left to right. Pretty cool. Wow, check out these numbers and letters on the side of the airplane. Pretty cool, huh? Well, this is the registration number, and every aircraft registered in the United States starts with the letter N. But in airplane terms, they use a word to help describe letters so that if you can't fully hear, are you saying N or M? I can't tell. You can say November 172 Bravo Echo. Well, here at the back of the plane, we have an elevator, and this makes it go up or down. Pretty neat, huh? And this is the rudder, and it helps point the airplane in the way that it needs to go. Wow, there are so many cool parts of this airplane. Look at this one. This is a really tiny elevator. Wow, check out over here. This is the landing gear. Oh boy, there are 3 tires. See that? And then you have some brakes attached to the landing gear, so when you're coming down really fast, you're able to stop your airplane.
Hey, Brecky Breck, would you like to go for an airplane ride?
I would love it! Wow, come on, let's go! Wowee! Look at us, we're in an airplane. Check this out. This right here is the yoke. And right here we have the throttle. To go faster, do you push that in or pull back?
You push it forward to go faster.
Oh, wow. And what's this one?
That's the fuel cutoff.
Oh.
So we're gonna push that forward before we start.
So when he starts the engine, he's gonna wait a minute to listen for any sounds that he hears if it's abnormal before he puts his headset on. That's really smart.
So we push the mixture control forward, so that allows the fuel to go into the engine. And then I check to make sure that other switches are turned off and that everything's in the right position. And then we're just about ready to start. So before we turn the key, which starts the propeller, we always yell out the window and we go, clear, to make sure that it's just a safety thing. Sometimes there could be people close by. Clear! And that started up just perfect.
That sounds nice and smooth. Wow. Oh my goodness!
I'm flying, come fly with me in my airplane, the whole world to see. I'm flying, come fly with me in my airplane, the whole world to see. Packed up, we're here, the crew says hello. Seatbelts are on, we're ready to go. Taxiing along, the engines are loud. Picking up speed, now we're leaving the ground. I'm flying, come fly with me in my airplane, the whole world to see. I'm flying, come fly with me in my airplane, the whole world to see. Look out the window, there's so much to see. Mountains and cities, oceans and trees. The land far below with colors so bright. I see green, yellow, and blue. Wow, what a sight! I'm flying, come fly with me in my airplane, the whole world to see. I'm flying, come fly with me in my airplane, the whole world to see. Our journey draws near, thank you, pilot and crew. What an awesome adventure, and it's all thanks to you. I'm flying, come fly with me in my airplane, the whole world to see. I'm flying, come fly with me in my airplane, the whole world to see.
Wowee! Did you see that? Oh my goodness, we got to fly in an airplane! That was super awesome! Well, when you're done flying in an airplane, you gotta make sure to refuel for the next flight so that you don't forget. So we parked right up here in front of the fuel pump. Wow, check this place out. This is the mechanic hangar, and all the mechanics hang out in here waiting to fix airplanes. So, what are you doing over here?
I'm installing spark plugs.
Oh, he's installing spark plugs. That seems like an important thing on an airplane. I want you to meet someone. Hi, this is my friend Darcy. What are you doing, Darcy?
I'm inspecting this engine to
Oh,
make sure
wow.
it's safe.
So you're a mechanic?
I am a mechanic.
Do you know how to fly airplanes too?
I do.
Whoa! How long is the training to become a pilot?
It depends on how often that you practice.
Wow.
So it took me 10 months.
10 months. Wow, she really wanted to be a pilot. That sounds like a lot of fun. Wow, well, it is so important to have mechanics who know what they're doing, can make sure that the airplanes are safe and ready to fly. Thanks again, Darcy.
You're welcome.
Wowee! You see this plane behind me? This is a very special plane. This is a Pilatus PC-12, and it's used to help people. So I'm going to introduce you to somebody. This is my friend Andrew. What do you do, Andrew?
I'm a flight nurse with Life Flight Network.
Wow, that sounds like a really fun job. So what is this plane used for?
This plane is used to transport sick people, patients that are injured, bring them to hospitals where they can get better care.
Wow, so you have a very important job. Can we take a look on the inside of this plane?
Let's go.
Come on. Wow, look at the inside of this thing. Oh my goodness. So Andrew, what are these seats for?
These seats are for the medic and the nurses to sit, and this is the bed that we put the patient on.
Wow.
And if it's not uncomfortable for them, we can put their head up or
Ooh.
down.
Wow.
And we can put all of our medical equipment here, and in the back there we have drawers for it as well.
Ooh, let's check out some of these drawers.
In this drawer here, we have suction, just like if you're at the dentist office, where they
Ooh, can suck liquid out, huh?
out of people's mouths or other places that we need to. And then in here, we have extra oxygen.
tanks.
We have stuff for babies in here, and then breathing equipment as well.
Wow, so they've thought of every situation that you could possibly think of for someone in need of help.
So you might wonder how we move the patient in and out of here. We can do it with this bed right here.
Whoa, look at that.
And we can slide them back in.
So it definitely looks like you need some help. How many people are on this plane to help a patient?
We have a pilot, we have a flight nurse, and then we have a medic, and then we have the patient. So that makes 4.
4 people on this plane. Wowee. Andrew brought a bunch of medical equipment out here to show us. Isn't this awesome? Oh my goodness, so what is this right here, Andrew?
This is our monitor. It's like a little TV that we can hook up to the patient to see what their heartbeat is doing
Wow.
and how they're breathing and oxygenating.
Wow, so you can know all of their vital signs and they're in the clear and good to go, or they're getting better. That's really cool. What about this backpack? I like this backpack. It's the color red.
This backpack here carries a lot of our medical equipment as well. In here here we have some medicines. If people are hurting really badly, we can give them medicine to make them feel better. We have one in here that has IVs in it as well.
Whoa.
If you've ever seen an IV, we can put IVs in patients and give them IV fluids to make them feel better as well.
Wow, so if they're dehydrated, sometimes you need an IV to get hydrated again. That's really neat.
And then we also have what's called an IV pump here. This is if we're giving special medicine, and it has to be given in just the right amount so that we can't make any mistakes.
Wow, so that'll keep track and monitor how much is coming into their bloodstream at the right time.
And then kids, we have a lot more specialized medicines in here as well.
Whoa.
Have you ever been stung by a bee?
Oh wow, I have definitely been stung by a bee
So if
before.
you get stung by a bee, have you ever had a medicine called Benadryl or anything like that?
Yeah.
We have that in here as well, and we have medicine for people that are having trouble with their heart as well.
Wow. Have you ever had to fly to somebody who got stung by a bee?
No, but some of my coworkers that I know, they have done that before.
Because sometimes people can have allergic reactions to bees like that, and I don't have allergic reactions, but it can be really scary, so I'm really glad you guys are here to help. Oh my goodness, it takes a lot of equipment and a lot of really intelligent special skills to be able to help people just the way that they need in case of an emergency. This is amazing. Do you want to go check out the cockpit? Come on, let's go.
So you ever watch your parents drive their car? This is where the pilot drives the airplane. He can steer it right here.
What is that called?
This is called a yoke on an airplane.
Oh, not a steering wheel, it's a yoke. Very interesting.
And then he can give it gas, like a gas pedal right here. And here's where he can adjust the power on it to make it go fast and take off.
Wowee! Guess what? They use another vehicle for life flight. Let's go check out the helicopter. Come on! Wow, do you see this big blue machine behind me? This is a helicopter, and right now we're inside the helicopter hangar, and this is where Life Flight keeps their helicopter, so let's go check it out. Andrew, this thing is amazing. I love how open it is. So what's the helicopter used for?
The helicopter moves patients just like the airplane, but the helicopter can get into places where there's not a big runway that the airplane can't get into.
Wow.
And it can land at hospitals, or it can land out in the forest if we have to. All kinds of places.
Wow, that's amazing. This thing can go up and down and sideways, but an airplane can't necessarily do that as fast. Very cool. Whoa, what is this?
This is our helmet. When we're flying, we wear helmets. And one of the reasons we do, because the helicopter's pretty loud. And so we can put our helmet on, and we can also talk to each other. We have a little microphone right here.
Wow, Roger, can I try it on?
You sure can.
Oh boy. Hi, I'm Pilot Brecky Breck, ready for takeoff.
Very good.
Wow, that's amazing. Check the inside of this thing out. This is the yoke. You see how this is a lot different than the yoke in the airplane? You can move this thing all around because this can fly in multiple directions. That is pretty neat. Wowee, Life Flight sure is amazing. Thank you so much, Andrew, for showing me around this helicopter and the airplane.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll see you later. Let's listen to the airplane song. I love that song.
I'm flying, come fly with me in my airplane, the whole world to see. I'm flying, come fly with me in my airplane, the whole world to see. Packed up, we're here, the crew says hello. Seatbelts are on, we're ready to go, taxiing along. to see. I'm flying, come fly with me. In my airplane, the whole world to see. Look out the window, there's so much to see. Mountains and cities, oceans and trees. The land far below, with colors so bright. I see green, yellow, and blue. Wow, what a sight! I'm flying, come fly with me. In my airplane, the whole world to see. I'm flying, come fly with me. In my airplane, the whole world to see. Prepared for the landing, we packed up our things. Our seatbelts still on. Oh boy, that was a treat. Our journey draws near, thank you pilot and crew. What an awesome adventure, and it's all thanks to you. I'm flying, come fly with me. In my airplane, the whole world to see. I'm flying, come fly with me. In my airplane, the whole world to see.
Wow, I had so much fun learning about airplanes with you. Thanks a lot for joining me on this episode. Well, that's the end of this video, and if you want to see more, just check out our channel, Brecky Breck. Alright, we'll see you later. Bye-bye! Hey! If you want to stay up to date on all of our fun adventures, be sure to hit the red subscribe button below. We'll see you next time.